Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and as a follow-up to my top 12 best/favorite Bath & Body Works candles video, I wanted to do a top 12 best/favorite body care fragrances video. So yes, I've been collecting since 2011 all the way up to now, so 2022, so it's over 10 years. I mainly just buy or collect shower gels because it's what I use the most. So the majority of my body care collection are shower gels, but in some instances, if I really like it, I will buy the mist or the cream/lotion. But what you will see in this collection is shower gels, since that's what the majority of my collection is. So without further ado, let me get into it. And if you're interested, then stay tuned. So the first fragrance that we have, so this is number 12 on our list, working all the way up to number 1, is going to be Apricot Vanilla, even in the old school like rounded bottle, as you can see right here. So that's what the shower gels used to look like for the longest time. This was one of the like body care fragrances that really got me into Bath & Body Works. I think I originally bought a Bali Mango that I got for free as like it was like back when they used to do the bounce back coupons, so I got a free shower gel, I believe it's Bali Mango. And then in that time frame, they were also releasing the signature vanillas, which I loved all of them. Lemon was excellent, apricot, and was it berry? Oh my god, simply excellent. And apricot was my favorite, so that's why I actually still have a lone one of this. This is actually brand new, I believe. I think I had one more that I had used, but this is so old that I ended up trashing most of these style ones when I had my big move. But this one was like one of my favorite, like, you know, close to my heart type of fragrances. So I had to still keep this one. And so this one says smooth over the skin, enjoy the fragrance of juicy apricot and cool vanilla. This is excellent. It's just like this really juicy, like smooth, velvety, like peachy apricot, but it's like sweeter and juicier than their like sort of like plasticky peach that we get in most of their peach fragrances. It's definitely a little bit more of a sweeter, juicy apricot vibe to it, just with the perfect amount of like a cool vanilla that makes it creamy and velvety and just so scrumptious, and it kind of smells just like a dessert or something. It's so good. It's just like the perfect balance of both apricot and vanilla. I wish they would like re-release the signature vanilla as like just one summer under, like, even if it's just a SAS release, under like the new, you know, formula and bottle, and I would grab them all up. I really love the apricot vanilla one, and I just even like the simple packaging and everything. This just totally takes me back. So that was apricot vanilla, number 12 on our list. Number 11 on our list is Beach Night Summer Marshmallow right here. So this one was one that I wasn't too hot about when it first came out, but it really grew on me more and more. And I made my own wax melt / candle of it. And if, by the way, if I ever have my own candle company, first order of business would be to pour candles of Summer Nights Beach, what is this? Beach Night Summer Marshmallow and Sweet on Pears. Like, first order of business would be to pour 3-wick candles of those two fragrances, because I love them so much and I'd love to have them in home fragrance. But yeah, I like poured some of these as wax melts in a candle for myself when I was doing my own hobby candle making, and I really loved it then. And then I was like, oh my god, I really do enjoy the body care of it as well. And so this one was Toasted Marshmallow, Sea Salt Breeze, S'mores Accord, Beach Driftwood, and Creamy Vanilla, and that's what that looks like. It has been repackaged a gajillions of times in the Tutti Dolces and White Mocha Kiss. I think it was even out as just like a vanilla bean at one point. It's been repackaged many times, but it's still a great fragrance, and I love this theming and marketing the most, because it really, like, I don't know, just took you to like a beach night summer marshmallow like fantasy experience, where maybe you're like roasting marshmallows and you smell like a very fantasy sweetened version of like a sea salt air accord. Oh my gosh. So it's like a awesome, like sort of like a juicy, like velvety marshmallow, but it has a slight, almost like a orange citrus like zing to it. It's slightly toasted as well, but then there's also a slight saltiness that you get from, I guess, whatever would be the Sea Salt Breeze and the Beach Driftwood. And it's like this really like layered and complex vanilla fragrance that smells kind of basic on first sniff, but then it actually really blooms into something that has a lot of layers, and it's just really delicious and awesome. And it's just like this really creamy marshmallow fragrance that has a lot of other things going on with it that I love so much. And yes, if this was a 3-wick candle, I'd snatch it up in an instant. And so that was Beach Night Summer Marshmallow right there. And boy, it was so strong and it lingered on your skin forever. Loved it. So that was that right there. Number 10 on our list is a very recent one, actually, I believe from last year, and it just took me by surprise. And it was Key West Coconut Water and Melon right here. And that's what that looks like. I love that Belize banana one that they also had as well. Oh, that was delicious too. So this coconut water, saltwater waves, and fresh melon. Oh my god, this is so good. It's like a really awesome blend, but it's very clean and refreshing and very like natural but sweet and juicy at the same time of that coconut and melon. But the coconut's not that like grody, crayony, like harsh, heavy, disgusting coconut that we get in so many Bath & Body Works fragrances. It's nothing like that. It's more like literally like you just shaved like fresh, like white coconut flakes, and you can even smell the fleshiness of it, mixed with just the perfect amount of like this salty melon. And the melon is also very juicy and sweet too, and it has like a wateriness to it. And it's just, oh my God, it's so good. It's like this refreshing, sweet, like summer fruity fragrance that's just excellent. It kind of reminds me of the Emerald Waters candle, which I actually really liked as well. It kind of reminds me of that, and like those are some of my favorite type of like summer type of fragrances, and the body care of this was just excellent. It's not very strong, but I still love it so much when I'm using it in the shower. So that was the Key West Coconut Water and Melon right there. Number 9 on our list is going to be Orchard Leaves and Blue Sky. So this is one of the very few rare fall fragrances that are in my lineup. I just really don't love a lot of the fall body care, but this one is Blue Sky Accord Mandarin Zest, Fresh Apple Leaf Oak Moss, and Blonde Woods, and that's what the back looks like. Oh my gosh, I actually bought, I believe, a spray of this and a lotion of it because I loved it so much. This is kind of like a precursor to what Sweater Weather became. But Green Apple, was it Green Orchard Leaves or Apple Orchard something? Green Apple Orchard or something like that was another fragrance that's also similar to that. It's like that apple cologne fragrance they put out, which Sweater Weather is kind of like that. But this was like one of the earlier variations of it. And it's a little bit more masculine than the Sweater Weather variation, but it's like this juicy, crisp, like awesome, like wet, dewy apple mixed with like a slight cologne vibe to it that's so good. And it's quite unisex actually, but I love that addition of that sweet, juicy apple in there. I just love like apple cologne fragrances. And it's just so refreshing. It's really strong too, and it's like, I just love how, I don't know, refreshing and invigorating it is, but it also still sweet at the same time. So Orchard Leaves and Blue Sky was that one right there. Number 8, oh my God, I love this one when it came out, and that's Twinkling Nights right here, and that's what that looks like, and pretty packaging too. It says, immerse yourself in a world of glitzy, glamorous good times, and it says, never miss a moment to make a wish in the twinkling night sky, has frosted jasmine petals, whipped vanilla, and mandarin blossom. Oh my God, oh, I freaking love this. It's like the perfect perfumey vanilla that also has like a sweet marshmallow component to it. It's delicious. I think whipped vanilla chiffon is also another one that's very similar to this, which I never picked up, but I would love to pick that one up if it ever became available again. But it has like this perfumey, like jasmine laced vanilla fragrance to it that's so scrumptious and like kind of feminine, but just delicious at the same time. And it's really good. It's a very simple perfumey vanilla that I love so much. I wish this would also be a home fragrance. I feel like we don't really get a whole lot of like this type of body care perfumed vanilla. I would really enjoy that. There's a distinctly like not so edible quality to it, but that's what I love so much about it. So that was Twinkling Nights right here. Another like random fragrance out of that collection I just love to pieces. Number 7 on our list is going to be Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. So this is the newer release that we have here, which is maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, and brown sugar. There was actually an original release from 2014 that was in this version right here, which is like super thick, as you can see there. It like takes a while to run down. This is pumpkin, waffle, roasted pecan, and Vermont maple syrup. This one actually is my preferred one over this one. There's slight differences between the two. This one has a little bit more of a crusty, actual waffle batter, golden crunch note to it. Oh my God, it's so good and delicious. It's so strong. You get that pecan in there, you get the maple syrup in there, but this one you get a distinct waffle batter crisping and goldening like on the like waffle maker smell. It's so good. I freaking love this one. At first, I picked this up only because it was like a novelty thing, and I'm like, who would want pumpkin pecan waffles in body care? That sounds disgusting. But it's still so much fun as a novelty fragrance, and then the more I used it, I was like, this is so delicious and so good. It really smells like you're just like lathering with maple syrup and actual like waffle batter. And this version is very strong too, and I loved it so much. Of course, we did get the later version. This version is similar to that one, but it's more of like this watery, like maple syrupy fragrance to it first, rather than that like rich golden waffle batter that's like crisping in the like pan or griddle or whatever. So it's a little bit different. I definitely prefer the first one better, but still was happy to see it again last year. But yeah, I freaking love pumpkin pecan waffles right there. Number 6, which I actually don't own anymore because all of the ones that we owned turned like really brown and grody, and I was kind of scared to use it, even though a lot of times the fragrance oils do turn brown if there's a heavy like vanilla base in it. So it doesn't necessarily indicate that it has gone bad, but it was a very old fragrance. So I don't have it anymore, but I still do have a wax melt that I made myself. And it's the Sweet en Paris right here, which I even dyed to be the same color. Oh my god, I freaking love Sweet on Pear. It's very similar to Twinkling Nights, and it's also smelling like a Cotton Candy Clouds recently that actually smelled quite similar to it as well. Even though I thought Cotton Candy Clouds was supposed to be Boardwalk Taffy, I feel like Cotton Candy Clouds smelled a little bit more like Sweet on Paris than Boardwalk Taffy. And then whatever the SAS release of Cotton Candy Clouds did. But any case, this is about Sweet on Paris. So I think the notes on this were blackberry, like lemon meringue, and vanilla. And it was supposed to be like macarons and like treats at like a patisserie, like a French patisserie. And it was like Paris Nights, Paris in Bloom, and Sweet on Paris. And then there was Paris Amour as a signature fragrance. And it was like this awesome like Paris collection. And I loved the packaging on it. Everything was so fun and snatched. And this one really stole my heart. It was so good. It's very similar to Twinkling Nights where it's like a perfumed vanilla fragrance to it. So you get like what is like a sort of like body care interpretation of like a lemon macaron and like a berry macaron, or like a lemon meringue and a berry macaron, and then like a body care of vanilla sweetness running through the background. There's a very distinct floral jasmine note in there as well that's really delicious, and it's just like this floral bakery, like floral gourmand fragrance, which is so good with like heaps of vanilla in it. And oh my god, the wax melts are so strong too, and the shower gel was excellent. Oh my god, I just love that whole like collection. And Sweet on Paris was definitely a number one on that one. I think I bought multiples when it first came out because we loved it so much. And I know me and my sister both loved it. Sweet on Paris, I can't believe that has never come back again. Like if they could, oh my god, if they repackaged that, would be there in a heartbeat. So that was Sweet on Paris right there. Number 6 is none other than BWC. So we have BWC all up in my body right here. So it's berry waffle cone right here. It's sweet summer berries, golden waffle cone, and creamy vanilla. I ragged on this so much the first time it came out that I'm a little, I guess, apologetic of that for the poor BWC. But berry waffle cone, oh my gosh, so this doesn't smell anything like the candle. And that was what my qualm was initially with this fragrance, was it didn't smell like the candle, and I was going into it expecting to smell like the candle. Like if you give us a fragrance that has the same smell or the same name as a previous fragrance, you come in with some expectations. But once I got over the fact that it wasn't the same fragrance, then that's when I really started appreciating, just sort of like enjoy it on its own. And it's so good. It smells like melting strawberry ice cream with like milk and like Captain Crunch cereal, so more like a fake sugar cone or waffle cone fragrance mixed with that creamy strawberry ice cream and a little bit of vanilla in there. And it kind of smells like you're just bathing in Captain Crunch and strawberry ice cream, and it's just all melting in your hand, and like you're just now like just lathering yourself up with that melted like strawberry ice cream and waffle cone experience on your body. And it's so good. It just reminds me of that summer so distinctly, and I love it. It's different from the candle in the sense the candle is way heavier on that crusty brown sugar, like something baking in the oven, and way less of the berry on the candle. This one's way stronger on that like sweet summer berries, like strawberry milky ice cream fragrance, and more of a Captain Crunch fragrance when it comes to the waffle cone, rather than an authentic baking in the crust like oven type of fragrance. So those are the differences there, but I actually really enjoyed both interpretations of it. And I think this is actually supposed to come back as an online exclusive this year, so if you are interested, you can still pick it up there. So yeah, berry waffle cone. Yeah, I really ragged on this at the beginning, but I actually bought another one for 75% off during SAS because I loved it so much. I'm like almost done with the first bottle. So that was berry waffle cone right there. And I think I actually even have the lotion as well because I loved it so much. So the next one we have is In the Sun. Oh my god, this is another 75% off SAS find. I love this when it first came out, but I just think these type of fragrances aren't so popular that they canned it and it discontinued. And so this one reads White Sands, Warm Sunlight, Fresh Waves, Sun-Kissed Neroli, Sparkling Orange Flower, and Bronze Sandalwood. This is similar to like the, is it like Neroli Portofino or something like that, or Soleil Blanc? No, it's similar to Soleil Blanc from Tom Ford, which is also similar to like Bobbi Brown Beach. It's that type of like higher end like sunscreen type of vibe that has that very like distinct neroli orange blossom fragrance in it. And if you don't know, next to rose, orange blossom is my favorite type of note or fragrance, and I love it so much. But this is indeed a bronze neroli fragrance that really just smells like a high end like beachy, I don't know, resort getaway or something. You're just putting on like high end sunscreen while like the ocean like breeze is like blowing in your face on the beach. It's so good. It's just so luxurious and so like high end, and definitely that like neroli orange blossom type of fragrance that you get from higher end brands, but I guess that's just not popular with the BBW demographic. It was so good, but yeah, there's like a slight metallic gritty sandiness mixed with the neroli, and then like a little bit of a woodsy sandalwood. It's just like this awesome like orange blossom neroli fragrance. That's pretty much all I can describe about it. So yeah, I love this one so much. It's so very strong when you you use it too. Hibiscus Paradise is also similar to that, but like a little bit more tweaked to be a little bit more palatable to, I think, the BBW demographic. So if you do like In the Sun, I think Hibiscus Paradise is the closest thing that you'll find, which I actually really enjoyed that one as well. And then there's also the Plain Sun Kiss that we got last year that's also kind of in that route as well. So that was In the Sun right there. Number 3 on our list is actually Rosewater and Ivy. So, oh my god, I was freaking out when this came out in body care. I loved it. But this one has the most impossible contrast on the back. Like you can barely, it's like white on light pink. It's like really hard to read. But this one says, soft rose petals, rain-kissed ivy, and creamy sandalwood. I think this is so much better, actually. Well, no, I really love the home fragrance, but I think it's still better in the body care interpretation than it is in the home fragrance. Because the home fragrance tends to get like this burnt growtiness to it on every single candle I owned, whereas this one's a little bit more pure, sweet, and juicy when you use it. It's so strong, it's so refreshing. It smells like rosewater and ivy. It's that distinct rosewater fragrance, which is like a more fresh, like watery, clean, but still airy and light perfumey rose fragrance that I love so much, with a slight like green grittiness to the background that gives it a slight more of like a robust like texture to it. And it's like this refreshing, juicy, and sweet, but still clean and like relaxing rosewater fragrance that I love so much. And I bought like multiples of these. I think I still even have the lotion too because I loved it so much. That was Rosewater and Ivy right there. Number 2 is another rosewater fragrance. Actually, Rosewater Meringue is number 2 for body care, as opposed to the candle, which was number 1. Oh my god, I don't think that video is still up anymore, but that video, I was just like glowing with enthusiasm because I couldn't believe that Rosewater Meringue made a full body care release. So as you know, there was a test store version of this candle, which was in similar packaging of this, and then it came out for the springtime, the season after, I believe, and that got different packaging. But then for SAS, they reverted back to this packaging for this body care, and then there was a champagne rose as well. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I can't believe like my favorite fragrance like ever is getting a body care treatment. Like Pink Petal Tea Cake didn't even get a body care fragrance. And so this is Winter Rose and Fresh Ivy infused with sweet sugar cream. Oh my god, this is absolutely divine. It smells just like the candle. It's like 100% spot on. I have the spray and the lotion, as you can believe, and like a million wallflowers. It is like a rose cotton candy fragrance, but I feel like it's a raspberry cotton candy. There's like a slight jammy sweetness to it that evokes like a raspberry cotton candy mixed with that same type of rosewater you get from Rosewater and Ivy, but a little less gritty and a little less like green. It's like this rose cotton candy meringue fragrance, just the most delicious thing ever. The only qualm I have about this and why it's not number 1 is because the shower gel is distinctly like lighter than like my number 1 is, and it often has like this, which a lot of like vanilla fragrance oils kind of do when you put it into shower gel, is it has like a slight chemically undertone to it that like sort of leaves behind, where the fragrance kind of washes off and you get like this chemically like a distinct like fragrance oil smell. Like if you've ever played or smelled with fragrance oil, it often has like this residual chemical smell that smells like the fragrance oil, whatever the carrier or whatever the like oil is of the fragrance oil, that is distinctly left behind on the shower gel, and that's why it kind of isn't number 1, even though I think the mist and the lotion are still pretty acceptable. Yeah, I think the mist was actually pretty divine and juicy. So this could potentially be number 1, but it's number 2 for the fact that the shower gel is not quite as robust or juicy as my number 1. So that was Rosewater Meringue number 2 right there. And lastly, we have Love Rose Vanilla as my number 1. Oh my god, I love this one so much. I bought like 3 of them when they first came out. This one's the like natural oils aromatherapy type of shower gel, so they tend to discolor a lot, and that's because it has vanilla fragrance oil in it, and vanilla tends to like discolor, or like vanilla oil, whatever it is. Vanilla Absolute is what it says here. This says rose oil and vanilla absolute in the old school aromatherapy packaging, and I love that they used to do like this, plus they had the candle. I like this era of aromatherapy designs before they like constantly changed it up. But oh my god, still so delicious. It is very similar to Lush Rose Jam, but a little less jammy and a little bit more vanilla forward. But once again, kind of the similar route as Rosewater Meringue and Rosewater and Ivy, where there's like this fresh, clean rosewater type of fragrance to it, but there's this creamy, neutral vanilla in there that's not quite edible, but it's not quite perfumey either. It's just sweet and juicy and awesome. I just love it. The candle's excellent, and this was actually really strong and nice as well. I just remember like polishing off an entire bottle when this first came out. I have like the pillow mist spray as well. Just simply excellent. I love this one so much when it came out. I was just so jazzed that it was both home fragrance and candle, and so it's Love Rose Vanilla right there. And this one does not do the like chemically undertone that Rosewater Meringue does in shower gel, so that's why I edged it out by a little bit on this ranking. So that was number 1 on our list. So let me know what your favorite 12 or 10, whatever, how many ever shower gels or body care fragrances are from Bath & Body Works. Let me know in the comments down below. Are any of these included in there? Are there ones that I missed? The one that kind of like got canned that was really close to the running was the Sweet Lemon Buttercup from Tutti Dolce. I actually really ended up enjoying that one. That actually like was number 13 on the list. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.